What's up, dudes? I feel like shit today. I have the worst headache, so it's a bit of a lie, and I'm making a pre-workout convo. Dump this shit in. Terrible fucking headache today. 2 scoops should be good. Hello. Where's the camera? Her pro pump. So I might grow some boobs, hopefully. What's up, man? My Canadian brother. What's going on, man? Thank you. Oh, it's crazy. I don't feel sick or anything. I just got a really weird headache. I think where I slept last night, it was like insanely cold in there, so. I know I lied. It's not really coffee kind of. I'll probably make some coffee too, but I'm hoping some pre-workout will get the headache to go away. We'll see. If you guys have any training questions or just want to talk shit, Wisconsin's playing soon. Should beat Iowa pretty easily because Iowa fucking sucks. So that'll be fun. I didn't get tickets this week, which sucks. Hit a 4 or 5 deadlift for the first time today. Pre-hype. Nice job, man. Congrats. It's a big milestone. I'm back in Northern Ontario for the weekend. Went to the gym to shoot hoops and lift with my dad. It was sweet. Awesome. I haven't played basketball in so long. I used to love it when I was in grade school and high school. Yeah, powder toast, man. Good job. 405 is a big milestone for deadlift for a lot of people. So that's really good. I used to play basketball so much. Like, my grade school basketball was life. And, oh, man. Played in high school, too. I played for the first time, like, a few months ago. That was probably the first time I played in, like, 4 or 5 years, which is crazy. It feels so weird. Like, I think a lot of it, like, the muscle memory is from when I was still super weak and like scrawny. So every time I was shooting it, it was like Shaq shooting a free throw, where it's just like no finesse at all. It's pure power, which is not a good thing in basketball. But it's kind of funny. God, I feel like shit. Dude, get that Zercher PR. Zerchers are awesome. I think Zerchers are really underutilized in training just because people are fucking wimps and it hurts their forms a little bit. I think I figured out what's wrong with my bracing. I usually breathe in through my mouth, try breathing in my nose, and it felt so much better. Yeah, whatever works. The way I breathe, like, I think I've told this story before, but I broke my nose in 8th grade, and it was like Owen Wilson, like really crooked, and I fixed it myself. It was really dumb. It's only one nostril works, so I don't breathe so well through my nose, so I really have to breathe through my mouth. So like when I brace, I purposely make it really audible. You've probably heard in some of my videos where I go, I make that noise, sucking in noise, just kind of a good reminder to really fill my lungs up. But if breathing into your nose works, fucking do it. There's no right or wrong way, really, to breathe. I mean, do triple backflip live, and I'll donate $2,000. I'll do I can't do a triple backflip. I thought about getting a deviated septum surgery, but then you can't breathe hard for like a long time. It's supposed to really suck. So I've gotten used to it. It happened in 8th grade, so I mean I'm used to it. But I'll do I don't know, cool tricks. Just give me $2,000 anyway. This morning I looked like I lost 10 pounds of gain. That's not good. I'm probably just dehydrated. If you look sudden skinny waking up. Or you like didn't eat any carbs the day before or something. Oh, stuff's sweet. Jesus. What the fuck is this? Oh, look all this stuff. I'll get energy. I'll get a pump. I'll get muscle stimulation. And focus. I need to focus. God, this stuff's all bullshit. Look at all this stuff. Proprietary blend bullshit. Don't buy pre-workout. Someone left this here, so I'm taking it. I don't know. I think I'm gonna make a cup of coffee after that. I put 2 scoops of this stuff in here, but it doesn't even say how much caffeine's in there, so it can't be very much. Like the pre-pump performance and endurance blend. It's got taurine, caffeine, L-tyrosine, synephrine HCl. How the fuck to pronounce the last one? It was like 2,500 milligrams. Yeah, like if breathing through your nose helps you brace, then whatever. There, Bob Peoples, I've talked about him before. He's one of my lifting idols, really, one of the few. When he would deadlift, he would completely empty his lungs. So whatever works. And I think he was the first guy to deadlift 750 or something like that. He was pretty tiny. He was 180 pounds. Yeah, he completely emptied his lungs as much as he possibly could when he deadlifted. Squat too, I believe. I think it allowed him to round a little more and get better leverage on the bar. So whatever fucking works. Bob Peoples was a beast. If you guys don't know who Bob Peoples is, you should really Google him and read all you can about him. You can thank him for squat racks and a lot of other stuff. He basically did Bulgarian, really. He pretty much deadlifted every day, and he'd press every day, and oftentimes squat every day. So he really innovated a lot of modern lifting stuff. He basically invented the trap bar. Some guy in the 80s, I think, claimed to have invented it, but Bob Peoples did it in the 50s. Do you ever get overtrained while you've been lifting like this? No, the only people who really overtrain are professional athletes, like swimmers and shit. Yeah, Wisconsin method. The amount of volume I'm doing so fucking low, it doesn't take much to recover from. It's obviously tough on your nervous system, but other than that, as long as you eat, you'll be fine. Actual overtraining is rare. Fatigue is a real thing. I think people say, oh, my lift went down. You're probably just fatigued. It's not overtraining. Overtraining is an actual medical condition. So no, I've never overtrained. It's probably a good way to avoid overtraining because we're switching movements so often. So you're not going to really get that build up. That's fucking annoying. Phone. Do you have any thoughts on smaller junior? Seems kind of similar to Wisconsin, and people living a while with it. I think, from what I haven't ran it myself, I think it's a good program. Actually, the weight room subreddit, I saw some guy ran it for all 3 lifts, or the main powerlifting lifts, simultaneously, and seemed to have had good progress with it. Or no matter how hard you go, your body's going to adjust eventually. Might take longer to adjust, but yeah, the small junior stuff's good. I think most people just don't have nearly enough frequency in their training. What's up, kid? And that's really the problem. They don't get enough practice doing this stuff. Kane's about to do Jefferson block pulls and lunges. Nice. Problem with Jefferson block pulls, not so much block pulls too, is that I always gonna fuck up the setup and have sliding the bar and then coming up. I can never get it in the right place. I don't know. It's probably just me. But what are some easy ways for underweight people to get calories in? Whole milk, butter, peanut butter, pasta, stuff like that. Yeah, seriously, just shit ton of milk. And then lift heavy, obviously. Kebab, yeah. That's one thing I miss about living in Norway. There's kebab shops everywhere when you're out late at night or you just didn't feel like making food. Some sweet kebabs. And Middle Eastern food's pretty dense shit. It's good. Yeah, get some whole milk. Get a stronger lower back. Best way, I like good mornings a lot. Seated good mornings. Back extensions. That's another accessory movement I talked about before. Fish kebab. I never had fish kebab in Norway now. What I was talking about in the accessory video I made a few days ago. Back extensions. People are such fucking pussies with that. Those who body weight or have 10 pounds. Fucking load that shit up. If you're doing a back extension with less than 95 pounds, it's probably not doing anything other than burning a little bit. Load that shit up. but do a Zercher, get a safety squat bar or whatever. For weight gain, I've been doing a homemade shake in the morning: milk, bananas, peanut butter, oatmeal, and blueberries. Easy to make. There you go. Yeah, lower back. Let's see the good mornings. Back extensions. Zercher stuff. What's the plan when you get fatigued so bad it lasts like a week and you can barely lift your 5 rep max once? Just have on until it goes away. That's one way to do it. I'd probably just switch movements for a little while. Also eat and make sure you're sleeping. I always try to. There's always a why behind things when things are going bad, and that's the important thing. A lot of people don't ever analyze. Like if your lift didn't go up, don't just be like, oh, it was a bad day. Figure out why it was a bad day. Maybe you didn't sleep, maybe you're stressed at work, maybe your boyfriend or girlfriend sucks. Figure out the why behind why you had a bad day. Don't just chalk it up to it's a bad day. Figure out the why. So maybe just switching movements, maybe you're just bored of it. Boredom can happen with movements and cause you to stall. Let's see. What's your favorite deadlift variation? I'm not very good at them, but I really like Jeffersons. Jeffersons are one of my favorite. I like behind the back deadlifts. Not very good at those either, but it's kind of funny. The ones I'm worst at, probably like the best. Ox lift, I guess that's a deadlift variation. Big fan, because no one does it better than me, so never has. Our gym doesn't have a hyper apparatus, but they have 2 leg presses. Why in the world does a gym need 2 leg presses? That's like a huge gym, maybe. I like trap bar deadlifts. I think people instantly default to the high handles with the trap bar, which is dumb. But I like trap bar deadlifts. Stalling on overhead press lately. What do you recommend? I change the figure out where you're stalling or where you're failing. If you're noticing you're having explosive off the shoulders or you're having trouble lockout, I'd work on partials a lot. Partials can really help overhead press. So like, let's say you can overhead press 225, put like 245 in the bar and just do like the bottom part of the movement, do a shit ton of half reps. Or if you're having problems locking out, just put pins, start at the midway point, lock it out. That's what I do. Great way to break through stalls on overhead press. I remember you mentioning you lived in Norway before. What was it like there, and how different is it from living in the U.S.? Beautiful country, beautiful people. I really love living there. It was never quite home for me. I think a lot of little things when you live in countries that you didn't grow up in start adding up. Like in the U.S., like if I needed some random ass screwdriver on a Sunday at 4 a.m., I can go find it someplace. I can go to Walmart. I can go to whatever. I can go find it someplace. There's kind of ease of everything in the U.S. for like finding stuff, which is really, I don't know. It's a good thing and a bad thing. It's probably a bad thing for society, but it makes things nice. Just not being able to do stuff like that added up. The food's not the greatest there. No offense, fellow Norwegians watching. Not the best food. But I really love living there. It's a great country. I'm very liberal, and so is Norway. So politically, it was very nice for me. It was great. Women are super beautiful too, which is nice. Most gyms in my city don't have a power rack, so oh man, that sucks. Let's see. Partials are so good. I'm hard on my shoulders. I don't know what's wrong. What kind of partials? Like off pins? Because you might just be setting up weird then, or loading it up too much. I don't train 5-3-1. If you want someone to explain it, there's 1,000 articles on Google about it. Don't listen to Alan Thrall because he misrepresents it. It's more of a philosophy than an actual program. So I just Google 5-3-1. I don't train. I have some of my beginners train 5-3-1 or something similar. How would you do Wisconsin method for bench only competitor? That'd be tough because I'd probably work on bench, then I'd go to a pulling movement that's the exact opposite direction. So I do like a bent over row or pen lay row probably, and then I do like go back to a decline bench, and then do Yates row. So it's the exact opposite, and then do like incline bench and kind of like work your way back and forth between bench variations and row variations. That's what I do for a Wisconsin method bench only competitor. I think it'd probably work okay. For looking jacked in a short sleeve shirt, would you recommend the most strongman training, CrossFit, or powerlifting? Whatever works best for you. I don't know. Depends what your definition of jacked in a short sleeve t-shirt is. How come you don't live with Eric anymore? Just finding you live together. He left Wisconsin. He moved to Florida to be in the WWE. So I'm still in Wisconsin. I'm not flying to Florida every weekend to fucking train with him. I do movements every day of the week, then repeat. Probably just sleep or stress. Yeah. So Paul just kind of figure out what's wrong. Maybe if you're doing, maybe your programming's not good. That could be it too. I'm Finnish Canadian. The former Italian Prime Minister said about Finnish food, it should be considered a war crime. Probably same for Norway. Do some of that stuff. There's a thing called rockfisk, and it's like, it means rotten fish, and like bury fish in the mud or the dirt for like months and months, up to a year sometimes, I think. And they dig it up, scrape off the really bad bits, then you eat it, and it smells like a garbage dump and tastes even worse. Nasty shit. I'm not a big fish fan to begin with, but man, some of that shit they eat there, man. Yeah, 531 does have some gimmicks. I agree. Something like the Joker sets. Just some of the terminology they use is fucking dumb. You put on rep schemes greater than 20 for compounds. Depends. I do them once in a while just for fun. I normally don't train with them. I think they're good for putting on size. Doing sets of 20, like Eric was doing those like 20 rep squats every day for a while. There's the old like 20 rep squat program where like I think it's every other day. You do 20 reps in your back squat and add up. 531's too slow. That's a positive and a negative. Going for quick gains for like beginners isn't really necessary. Trying to like add 10 pounds every week isn't super necessary. People need to build some work capacity. You need to build a base, and I think 531 can be, if used properly, can be good for that. Sumo and conventional feel unnatural as fuck. Should I just not do them and focus on other deadlift variations? That's what I do. I don't deadlift with a bar in front of me ever, so. Tripart feels the most natural to me. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, deadlift's not a bad, like conventional deadlift, sumo deadlifts are not bad movements. They're perfectly fine movements for most people. For me, they never felt good. They affected my recovery negatively. They affected other lifts negatively, so I stopped doing them and I got much stronger. Other people, the exact opposite. They stopped doing deadlifts, a lot of their lifts will start suffering, so. That works for you. Everyone's different. You want a bouncer nightclub doorman physique. Probably powerlifting then. If you want to just look good with a shirt on, I guess powerlifting. That's a Wisconsin method. I look pretty fucking good. How do you not scare the other people in the gym when you hump the bar? Gotten some weird. I got a complaint once because I hit a big. I was doing behind the back deadlifts, and I hit a big PR, and I was holding it at the lockout, and I looked at some guy, and I dropped the bar, and I pointed at him and said, "How'd you like that?" And it was just like some stranger, and then he complained. But whatever, fuck him. Do you do any isolation work at all? No. People always think I do like accessories, like I hide my accessory work, but I for real do not do accessories. Like randomly I do a set of pull-ups or something, but I don't. I'll say it again. I don't do accessories. Prioritizing upper back training should build overhead pressing strength. It can. Depends where you're weak, really. Everyone's different. Just find your weaknesses and then hammer the shit out of them. Do I think direct ab work is overrated for the purpose of a strong core? It depends how you train. If you're like a powerlifter and train, 3 or 4 times a week, then yes, you should do a direct ab work. Usually people find that not doing ab work works until it doesn't. When it doesn't, it's different for everyone, but yeah. I slept terribly. I had a huge headache. I just woke up. I'm drinking pre-workout. I'm going to have a coffee after this, too. But yeah. What was it? Yeah, do direct ab work if you're like a regular. Yeah, Alan Thrall's a fucking idiot. Wasn't anything that fucking idiot says. Alan Thrall could probably use some direct ab work. Maybe it wouldn't be so fucking weak then. Favorite lifter of all time? Bob Peoples. Do I track calories, macros? I track my calories-ish. I have a general idea. I eat the exact same thing every day, so. Favorite instrument? The lute. No, I don't know. Mouth harp. I play guitar mostly. I have a saxophone too. I play the saxophone decently often. Would I rather work out with Jason Blaha or Alan Thrall? I'd rather work out with Blaha. He's crazy as fuck, but I don't know. It'd just be funny to work out with him, I think. Sax is badass. If you want to impress ladies, it's not guitar. Guitar's not the one to impress them. Every douche can play guitar. Play saxophone. That's how you get the ladies. Play harmonica every now and then. Yeah, I have a couple of I have a minor key harmonica, which is pretty cool. How many calories approximately you consume on a daily basis, plus how many meals a day do you have? I try to have about 5 meals a day. Right now I'm eating 4,500 calories. I've eaten as high as 6,000, as low as about 4,000. What kind of people watch? That's a good question. I think most people just watch Blaha to see if he says any crazy stuff now. I can play banjo too. I sold mine when I moved to Norway, but I have one. Pretty decent at it. I'm a douche too. I play guitar all the time. The profile pictures of guys in Blaha's comments, they're all twinks, dads. Yeah, they're all skinny people. Have I ever injured myself? Not training. Well, technically I was training. I was trying to do a pull-up once in my gym I own in Norway. I was trying to pull up and touch my hips to the bar, and so I saw myself get kind of back, to make it easier. And the gym, there's this rusty metal bar across. I've told the story before. Rusty metal bar across the ceiling and hit my head on it. Seven nice. You can see this shit. There's a scar here somewhere. What's left of my hair? That's it actually. I've injured myself outside of the gym. I broke my nose. I broke my pinky toe twice. It's kind of a funny story. I was in cross country in high school. Before races, one of the kids on the team would host a pasta party the night before, so load up on carbs. And so I was running late to this kid's party. It was the day before the sectional meet. Running late, and we had this big rocking chair at my parents' house with the solid base that doesn't move. It's a big heavy base, and it's on springs, Running through the house, absolute sprinting, had sandals on, hit my toe, it breaks, my toe goes completely off. And then, so I broke it, I put it back in place myself, taped it to the toe next to it, and then ran the race. The next day I was bleeding through and shit, yeah. Bleeding so bad. And then the next year, same race was since the day before the same race. Same kids hosting a party. I'm late again, running through the house, have sandals on, sprinting, hit the same exact chair, break the same toe, fucking again, and then same thing, taped it up. I was lucky that was my senior year. I was like, thank God I'm graduating because I can't fucking break this thing one more time. So that toe's a little wonky looking. But yeah. What's your view on Alex from Alpha Destiny? Yeah, I think he's doing real well for himself. He's he's found his niche and it's working well for him, so it's good for him. I'm Wisconsin born. Technically, I am Illinois born. I was born in Waukegan, Illinois. the ghetto. Moved to Wisconsin when I was 3, though. My friend got tripped running in the corridor in school and flew skull first in edge blocker. Oh, Jesus. Oof. Have I ever considered taking gear? Not really. When I was first starting lifting, I was, when everyone's looking for shortcuts, I thought about it, but realized I was dumb. Pressure my pinky finger, that sucks. Put a metal rod through my toe. That's probably what I should have had done. I should have gone to the doctor. It's kind of my nose. But when should lifters start using straps? We recommend a certain amount of prior lifting experience before using straps. I'd say you should be able to deadlift, be able to hold around double your body weight in your hands before you use straps. Not necessarily just be able to deadlift it, but be able to hold it in your hands. These little chicken patties, yeah, pretty much. What do we got in here right now? Yeah, these things. These I live off of from Woodman's. Chicken patties, fucking delicious. I eat a lot of them. Over on my toe. I have a titanium screw in my scaphoid bone in my left hand. Oof, you are 1% X-Man. Fuck sodium. I don't give a shit. Never planning. Yeah, you don't have to use straps. There's nothing that says you have to. But I don't like my grip being my limiting factor for stuff, and it feels better being double overhands for stuff. That would be cool. There's some guy on YouTube, someone has commented before, doing I think he did 900 pounds or 1,000 pounds or something, double overhand rack pull, which is pretty crazy. Been trying to Yates rows recently. Really like it so far. I remember you did Yates rows before with your review on it. I think Yates rows are good. People always gave me a lot of shit when I'm doing them because I do them cheaty, obviously, and they're already kind of, the range of motion isn't huge on Yates rows, but I really liked them. I did them both supinated and pronated. I think they feel really good, but I like Yates rows. What are the best compound barbell movements which directly indirectly work the biceps? Chin-ups, Zercher squats, Penlay rows, or Yates rows? I'd say chin-ups. Zercher's it's just a static hole. You're not going to get huge biceps doing Zercher's. You might get some growth, but probably Penlay rows, then probably Yates rows, then Zercher squats. Yeah, chin-ups are a great bicep builder. Like an actual supinated chin-up, not a pull-up. Yeah, curls. It's don't be afraid of doing curls. There's 5 years ago, it was this weird powerlifting mentality. I think it's because fucking starting strength was, people hadn't realized how shitty it was yet, or normal people hadn't realized it. And I was oh, just do compounds. How dare you do fucking curls? If you they have their purpose. Even if you don't want big biceps, that's not your main goal. If your main goal is a good bench press, they can help. Curls can help stabilize the bench and stuff. Yeah, curls are wrong. I don't do fucking curls, but I'm just saying, there's nothing wrong against doing isolation movements. There's weird bodybuilders are weak. No, they're not. Find me a professional bodybuilder who's weak that you won't be able to do. Most professional bodybuilders are a lot stronger than a lot of can't talk. A lot of professional bodybuilders are stronger than a lot of powerlifters, so doing something right. What's the most overrated back exercise? I don't know. How do people rate things? I don't know. Penlay rows, probably. I think they're a little overrated. I like doing curls and super saiyan with face pulls. Yeah, do it wrong. A lot of bro lifters are strong as fucking bench. Yeah, seriously, I find a lot of bros are better at benching than a lot of people just do shit on benching all the time. Thoughts on alcohol, beers daily in moderation. Do you think it'll hinder recovery and strength? It'll certainly hinder them. To the extent you're drinking will Depends on how much you're drinking, how much it'll hinder. Certainly, like alcohol, whether you like it or not, is a poison. It is literally a poison to your body. It's not a very strong one. It makes stuff fun, but definitely not good. If you're drinking like a beer a night, it's probably not going to matter much. But it's not a good thing. It's a bad habit to get into too. Omar Surf is likable because he doesn't take himself so fucking seriously. I don't really watch much of his stuff. Someone linked me one of his videos a few days ago. It was about like, he was asking me if it was like good for, it was like some lower back rehab thing. He was asking me about it, but it was okay. Views on Z-Press. Z-Press is great. Especially if you have issues like bracing for your overhead press, and that's where you're failing. Yep, there you go. Yeah, 4 or 6 beers is fucking up your recovery a shit ton, man. Don't do that. One beer a night's one thing, 4 to 6 is another. It's fucking you up. I'm my fucking phone. Hold on. I'll be back. How to balance Bulgarian split squats. If you do with dumbbells, I'd start like pick them up, find the placement for your foot, put all that weight on the foot you're gonna have forward, put the foot back, and then go. Dumbbells are hard because as they get heavier, they start rubbing in your legs and stuff, which sucks. That's why like the Bugenhagen squat can be nice. So 1 second, sorry, I'm texting someone. What was the question? I mean, weed probably is better than alcohol. Eating it's better than smoking it, though. Smoke, any kind of smoke's not good for your lungs. Yeah, once a week drinking is fine. Like, don't be afraid of drinking, but Bugenhagen squat shouldn't rub against your calf. You're setting something up wrong. You probably have your feet too close together. Like your foot's too far back, probably. Have I seen any of Mario Tomic's fitness personal development content? I have no idea who Mario Tomic is. Can you explain if you want? Ever caught anyone filming you doing your weird lifts? Yeah, there's a guy. I've caught him filming me on like his Snapchat or something a few times. I was doing rack pulls once, like Jefferson rack pulls quite a long time ago. And when I was doing the ox lift, he was filming me too, which is kind of funny. I don't care. We're at free. All press is good press, right? So, people are not very sneaky about it. Like they do like the. This is how I casually use my phone, you know. Just fucking film me. But I guess like 10 more minutes. I gotta actually start lifting. Got shit to do there. Drink some coffee. Look at this. Fucking Keurig bullshit. It's like refillable things. What's the most you've ever benched? I don't know. Hack rack pulls. So the problem with behind the back rack pulls is that the movement pattern is quite a bit different than an actual behind the back deadlift, like a hack deadlift. I don't think there's really any carryover. Mario Tomic, great evidence-based natural bodybuilding, also great personal growth development videos, has both a great natural physique. Good for him. Hey Quasar. Oh, good for Mario Tomic. I'm not into bodybuilding, so that would explain why I haven't heard of him. But how many reps would you do for an isolation movement like skull crushers? Or does it not matter as long as you progress? More the latter. I'd probably be doing at least 5 reps in the skull crusher though, but probably double digits on something like that. It's dirty as fuck. Favorite not fitness YouTuber? This is nerdy as fuck, but I love Star Trek, and I watch these like Trek Yards dudes a lot. What do you use most? I have mustache wax. Actually, no, it's at home. I don't have it in right now. I just, like I said, I just woke up, but yeah. I have some pretty good mustache wax. What free programs do you recommend for any beginner, intermediate? It depends what kind of beginner you are. If you're a beginner that's just off the couch, then honestly doing some what I call WTF training, some whatever the fuck training can be some good. Getting like rotating your accessories every couple of weeks just to learn how to move better. Also, shout out to Dunkin' Donuts Turbo. Rotating accessories pretty often if you're just off the couch, because you just need to learn how to move better. But if you're like an athlete, you can do some linear progression. But other than that, I think like some 5-3-1 variation can be good for beginners. Where you're like I said, where you're rotating accessories pretty often. Let's see. That's some source of proteins are better than others. Not really. Yeah, an actual protein from actual food is better, like Parsa says. But as long as you're getting some, it doesn't matter too much. Do I do any hard conditioning? If so, does it affect your strength in the gym? I don't do any conditioning currently. I used to row a lot. Like I used to be a competitive rower. I was world ranked in sprinting 1 year. Will affect your strength to an extent in the short term. In the long term, it'll probably help a little bit, honestly. That's why a lot of people stop conditioning. They're like, oh, I started running and then my bench went down 30 pounds. So your body get used to it. Thoughts on vegans? If you do it for moral reasons, I have no problem. If you do it because you think meat is the devil and causes cancer, then you're an idiot. Similarities, difference between North American, Norwegian, and commercial gyms in terms of facilities. The Norwegian gyms were typically better equipped. People were more into actual like compound lifts and stuff. Oh, Jesus, this thing's exploding everywhere. I don't know if you guys can see this. Christ. Fucking Keurig bullshit. Hold on. Some triceps. Look at these things. Boom. Let's see what you say. Yeah, the Norwegian gyms were better equipped generally. A lot less Smith machine bullshit. Thoughts on Zercher lunges? Probably awesome. Never done them. But they're probably awesome. Zercher, everything's awesome. Lifting tips for Muay Thai. Punches, kicks, knees, elbows, and clinching. Ooh. A lot of leg work. You know, punches and kicks and everything originates from your legs and hips. So again, some wide stance box squats would be good. A lot of rotational stuff. I think Zercher would be really good. It's rotational stuff. The fuck are those, like, you know what I'm talking about? Those movements with the fucking landmine. But yeah. Zerchers for clinching. A lot of pulling. I do a lot of pulling. As a fighter, you're doing so much internal rotation. You're punching. There's so much. You see so many fighters that walk around like this. So do a lot of back work. A lot of hips though. So much hip work. Hip thrusts, deadlift variations. What does being a man mean to me? I don't fucking know. I think people nowadays, especially in our generation, are so concerned about being manly that they're not very manly. Like, being manly is different to everyone. Some people think having guns is manly. I don't think having guns is manly. I don't know. Being manly is not worried about being manly, I think. My opinion. How many times per week are you currently working out, and approximately how long are these training sessions? 7 days a week, every week. How long is the training session? Usually like an hour to an hour and a half, because I take really long rest periods between my lifts because I'm fucking lazy. And I have no work capacity. What's because my Muay Thai gym have fucking vulture necks and Hunch posture. Yeah, exactly. You see this all the time. Also, if you're a young person or an old person, whatever, and you have your phone out, when you're walking around, don't read your phone like this. Fucking put it in front of you so you're not to get all fucked up. How time consuming is Wisconsin method depends how lazy you are. Like I said, I'm pretty lazy, so it takes me an hour and a half every day. You could probably get it done in 45 minutes pretty easily. Exactly. No, I compare. No one who is actually alpha ever said the words alpha male. Exactly. Like if you say you're cool, you're not cool. That's how it works. If you say you're something, you're not. It's like giving yourself a nickname. It's not cool. People are so fucking worried about being alpha and shit. Like, if you're an actual alpha male, you're not worried about being fucking alpha. Overall, you're more of an advocate of full body, upper lower, or push-pull legs. I'm an advocate of Wisconsin method. If I had to choose one for full body, upper lower, or push-pull legs, I'd probably say upper lower. Exactly. Like you said, don't worry about others. I'm not strong enough. Yeah. Don't worry about being manly. It's fucking dumb. It's a hollow pursuit. Just be yourself. I do deal with Dom squatting every day. Yeah, just fight through it. I'm only usually sore for like the first day I do a movement, or after the first day. I'm usually good. Just by doing the movement again usually makes it go away. But the second I start warming up, once I'm like halfway through my warm-ups, usually the DOMS is gone already. People just like, when they get sore, they just like lay in bed all day and like won't move, and that's why they get so fucking sore. Just move. Like if your legs are sore, go do some even like bodyweight squats or something. Some blood flowing. It's pretty simple. Do I like Western? I fucking love Western movies. Fucking the Dollars trilogy, Fistful of Dollars, Few Dollars More, and The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. It's my all-time faves. Western's amazing. My dad was telling me a funny story. In the 70s, early 70s, he was visiting Norway, and because my dad's from Norway, and so they went back to sea, and they went, my dad and his buddies, they went to Norway, and they go to the movies. They happen to go to the movies there, and they go to see this American Western film, and there's subtitles in Norwegian and stuff. So during the film, my dad had already seen the movie in the U.S., and there's some Native Americans talking, and they're like speaking like made-up Native American language, like Inukchuk, And so in the American version, my dad said when he saw it, they didn't subtitle the Native Americans speaking. They just were speaking. It's supposed to be scary, and then fucking when they went to Norway, they subtitled everything, but they decided to subtitle the Native Americans speaking, and they had them saying stuff like, "Let's go in the village and rape all the children" and stuff, like super fucked up shit they were saying. It's like whoever the subtitle people were just made it up. So weird. Hilarious. Trinity, and I don't think I've seen Trinity. Do I follow any pro sports? I follow baseball, basketball, football, and hockey. Not soccer, really. Opinion on no fap. Just fucking masturbate. Who gives a shit? Just if you don't want to masturbate, don't masturbate. If you do, do. I mean, good for you. I mean, I don't. Whatever. If it makes you feel better, then do it. I don't think it's a magical thing to not masturbate, but if it makes you happy, don't masturbate. I think porn addiction's a real thing that a lot of people have, which is sad. But I don't give a shit. Do it how you want. How long into your lifting career did it take for it to be obvious to other people that you look like you lift? I don't know. I have no idea. I think I put on muscle relatively quickly when I first started training because I was just so skinny. So probably in a few months, people were like, "Whoa, do you lift suddenly?" I don't know. Do people have training addictions? I have a training compulsion. I wouldn't say it's an addiction, but I feel shitty if I don't train for a day. I don't know. I think training addiction can be real. There's people with like, I think it's often people who previously had other addictions for maybe drugs or has some kind of eating disorder. A lot of people kind of replace those things with training sometimes, and that's not healthy. Where it's like replacing some other kind of addiction. I mean, it's better than doing coke every day or something, but there's some psychological fucked upness that's backing it, which isn't good. Everything in moderation. Exactly. Yeah. Do whatever the fuck you want in life. Don't, unless it's like murdering or something. How would you incorporate grip work in the Wisconsin methods? What you could do if you're doing a movement that doesn't require grip, like right now I'm just doing these squats, you could easily add in some grip work at the end. It wouldn't kill you. But I have pretty damn good grip and I never specifically work it really. Bulgarian masturbation. How much do I sleep usually? Normally I try to get 8 hours every day. I make sure to minimally get 7, but usually 8, sometimes up to 9. Last night, not very much. You can see how I look right now. But let's see. Yeah, exactly. Randy says, I find my grip always gets better following low volume daily maxing. Would I ever do loaded carries with Wisconsin method? If I had the opportunity, I probably would. I'd probably do some like yoke carries or something. I'd like, I'm not sure I'd do it. Probably like set a certain distance. Maybe let's take 800 pounds for 40 feet or something, and then bump the weight slightly every day. That'd be pretty sweet actually if I had access to yoke. So back to sleep. Make sure you're sleeping as much as possible. Try to black out your room as much as you can. Getting some really dark curtains really helps. And do some mobility before you go to bed. I find I sleep better if I do. My hip joints hurt on Jefferson lockout is because of mobility. On a lockout it hurts? That's a little strange. You might be favoring one leg too much then probably. I'm going to assume it's your front leg. You might be leaning onto that leg as you lock out. Like instead of if this is upright, you're kind of over that leg too much probably. So I'd film yourself and see how your body's moving as you lock out basically. If you're not favoring that leg, then it could be mobility. You might have some tight hip flexors or something. I mean, everyone has fucking tight hip flexors now. Alright, 5 more minutes, boys. I gotta go work out. I was only gonna do this for half hour, so. Yeah, it's front legs. Yeah, so you're probably when you're locking out, you probably have most of your weight over that leg, or during the lift, you're pushing most of that leg. So try to think about distributing your weight more evenly between your legs. That should help with that. There's a good, what's it called, Barbell Shrugged podcast. I don't listen to them much, but they had one interesting one. They had a guy who's like a sleep expert. I don't know if them is I think it's a few years ago now probably. And that was really interesting. They're talking about like brain scans of people who, like I think they had 3 days in a row, they only let people sleep for 2 or 3 hours. And they compared their brain scans to someone who just had a concussion, and they're basically exactly the same. It's pretty interesting. Any tips on how to generate more power off the floor and behind the back deadlift? That's my weak point. So when I'm doing behind the back deadlifts, to get power off the floor, it sounds weird, but I push slightly more through my toes. So it almost like, not 100% of your toes, but you put more pressure into the ball of your foot, and that usually helps build power off the floor for me. Do you think it's possible to use Bulgarian style training to get super strong in a specific sport like arm wrestling? I think arm wrestling you could, for sure. I'm not sure how you do it exactly. I guess if you could pick different like arm wrestling variations, so maybe, I don't know if you can see this, like start with like bands and do like 5 reps, add more weights. Like go something like that. Some way to like weight it somehow. I don't know if you like use a cable machine, something to weight it, work up to strength, and then you could change it up and do different angles like that, maybe. And not sure exactly. I think you could. You'd have to. I'd have to think about it a little bit. Arm wrestling, I think you definitely could. I think you'd build some insane strength. You do partials, like just doing like the lockouts basically. But I think it's possible. Move your relay close to the bar. 500 front squats soon, probably. Yeah. So yesterday I didn't post a video if you guys didn't notice, because I was trying to get a belt. I was trying to get a rig, like a belt squat thing with the barbell, and I spent like an hour setting that shit up, and then I ran out of time to train, which was dumb of me. I didn't figure it out really by the end, because we had this like shitty dip belt, and I was worried it was gonna break, so I was like strapping straps to shit. But yeah, I never didn't quite figure it out. I think I know how. I might do that movement next. We'll see. But yeah. Why do I feel like I'm never getting stretch reflex my squat? Because you're probably relaxing too much in the bottom. What we're planning for today? We'll see as I warm up. I'm going to try some more banded box squats. And then if those are feeling weird, I'm going to try, there'll be a purple, an orange, and a green band. If that just feels too silly, then I'll probably go band without bands, or I'll go with just like one band and up the actual weight that's on the bar. So I'm gonna kind of feel it out today, see how things go. Yeah, one more minute, guys. I really gotta go. Also, Aiden, you might not be feeling a stretch release relax because you might have inactive hamstrings and glutes. Sounds like you're squatting, really. Are you doing like low bar or high bar? Or upper? Low bar. So you might have inactive hamstrings, Aiden. So I'd do some, like, when you're warming up, do some hamstring curls or something, see if you feel it more then. It's great to see you and Eric getting shout-outs from different channels. Thank you. I've the only I think Fit World Exposed the only one giving me shout-outs. As far as I know, if you know anyone else shouting me out, let me know. I'll have to thank them. But it's fun getting recognized for the silly shit I do. But I picked two movements to use with Bulgarian light, Wisconsin method, man, not Bulgarian light. For maximum hypertrophy weight gain, what would they be? Currently, I'm doing a deficit snatch grip deadlifts and seat overhead press. So purely for hypertrophy, we'll say overall body hypertrophy, not just lower body. So for lower body, I would I think it's not strong enough. Lower body, pure probably a lunge variation. So we'll say like Hatfield lunge, and then upper body, we'll say decline bench. Yeah. No, dips. I take back dips, and yeah, like a Hatfield squat. The problem is your back would probably be pretty small then. That's why there's no like perfect movement. If you do 3, we'll say pull-ups, dips, and like a Hatfield squat or Hatfield lunge. I mean, or some kind of lunge, Bulgarian split squat. Sumo deadlifts for Wisconsin method. It'll work. It'll stall quickly though. So it should be short periods of time. I think there are better ways of doing Bulgarian for deadlifts than Wisconsin method. Different versions of the Bulgarian. I had a friend, he deadlifted conventional every single day. He would do a different rep ranges every day and slightly different variations. So he'd do like a heavy rack pull, heavy off the floor, heavy deficit, then hit different rep ranges alongside with those. And we're pretty well for him. All right, 15 seconds. Last question. Then for real, I'm going to Justice League. I'm so pumped for Justice League. Even if it's shitty, I'll be so happy. It's like my childhood dream come true. All those years I was a little kid playing on my bed, with a bunch of action figures. Everything I've ever wanted to see in a movie. So I don't give a shit if it's bad. I don't give a shit if it's good. I just want to see Batman, fucking Superman, Aquaman, Wonder Woman, Flash, all of them kicking ass together. I'll be so happy. I'll probably deadlift fucking 1,000 pounds afterwards. I'll be so hyped up. Pumped. So pumped. I went and saw Thor last night. It was decent. I was feeling bigger than Batflick. I don't know if I'm bigger than him. He's a pretty big dude. He's like 6'4" or something. Big dude. Alright guys, thanks for keeping me company while I drink my coffee and pre-workout. Hope I was able to answer some of your questions halfway decent. Oh, Alpha Destiny did? Nice. I'll have to thank him for that. Alright boys. I'll see you later. Yeah, not strong enough. Got people go check out his channel. He's a strong dude. Not sure if I've shouted you out yet, so go check out Not Strong Enough. Strunk. And then have a nice day, guys. Go Wisconsin. Fuck Iowa.